Yo, yo. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Salute to the people. Welcome, freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. Snapzilla Gorillas in the building, hitting you all upside the head with some boxing talk today. Today is a big day in the world of boxing. You know what I'm saying? The biggest day of the year with the biggest card of the year. And there have been a lot of discussion around this fight. Now, if you guys are in here, you guys are used to me talking some political content, but today, every now and then I touch on some boxing. And I told Queen Sister Shawa, whose channel is now Yes Indeed Boxing, I told her I would break down the Devin Haney versus Ramirez fight, which was a 12-rounder, and it went the distance. So I'm going to try to get through it. Salute to Brittany said, user, Supreme Being 9 Ether, Mansa Musa. Hold on, guys. Salute to Bastion. Hold on. Now, I don't know if Queen Sister Shaw was going to show up, but, she has Bian Norman Jr. winning this fight, and that's all good. You know what I mean? I got Devin winning by unanimous decision, and we'll see how it's going to turn out today. And thank God it's in Saudi Arabia, because I'll be awake. I will be awake. So I'll be awake for this fight, and I will watch it. You know what I mean? So salute to everybody. How's everyone doing? Make sure y'all hit the like button. Brittany said, can you imagine fighting 12 rounds? I can. I train, so I train for I go a lot of rounds when I do training. But yes, for most people, it would be difficult, right? Most people will not be able to go 12 rounds in a boxing match when someone is attacking you. Bro Slim Hussein, salute to you, bro. Swastika, okay. That's what's up, Tor the Pounder. Whatever you got to roll with, you know what I mean? Whatever racist bullshit you got on your mind, it is what it is. Dudes do struggle with 5. And it's interesting you say that, Brittany, because Bian Norman Jr. is one such individual who struggles going past 3 rounds, right? You know what I mean? So, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. Hopefully Shawa shows up, but if she don't, she'll catch the replay. You know what I mean? I wanted to do it yesterday, but I had too much going on yesterday. Too much. I mean, I got a lot going on. Even when working from home, I still have other things going on. So it's difficult for me to do these types of things. But I got some time right now. I got about an hour and a half to get through Devin versus Ramirez and Bian Norman Jr. versus Sasaki, because let's face it, the last 2 fights these guys had are probably the ones we should be gauging right now, right? Usually people go back 5 fights, but, it is what it is. We're going to make it work. So, yep. Who y'all got? Make sure y'all hit the like button, Make sure y'all hit the like button, so we can get this shit out. But I thought it was a good time to do this for me because, I got shit to do. Ascara, salute to you. Ascara. Okay. Salute to you. Interesting. All right. Now, like I said, guys, where's what? Oh, I was looking for the download. Hold on a second. Now I downloaded the full fight for Devin and Jose, just so that I wouldn't have to worry about nothing. But I'm going to show the Devin versus Ramirez fight. Now, a lot of people had problems with Devin in this fight. They say, oh, it was his worst performance, blah, blah, blah. He was scary. He had jittery feet and all this bullshit, right? They don't really know what they're looking at. Now, me, myself, it's been months since I've seen this fight. This fight, it happened May 2nd, I believe, of this year. So it's been a few months since I actually watched the fight. I watched it a couple times, and I haven't watched it again in some months. So it's gonna be like we're watching it fresh together. Salute to you. Happy birthday, Landon. Salute to you. Salute to you. Happy B-Day. Ascara, are you a woman? Before, I just want to ask a question. Are you a female? Anyway, y'all, let's do this because I got some things to do. My daughter has a parade tomorrow. She got in the cheer, so there's some things I got to get. Brittany said, I've been watching more amateur fights than pro lately. You missed it. Salute to Aub Jones. Salute to you. So let's do this. We're gonna see what this fight looks like. We're gonna see if Devin was running scared and he was jittery and he wanted to hide in a turtle shell and didn't. We're gonna see how traumatized Devin is because we got a lot of psychologists, psychotherapists, and all this shit out there in the world now. In the realm of boxing, that they just know they can diagnose Devin with PTSD. I don't, it is what it is. You're turning 14. Okay, Lyndon. Happy birthday. Happy 14th birthday. Happy 14th born day. All right, so let's get into this. Right now, this is the beginning. This is before the first round. Devin's warming up. You know what I'm saying? Jose's ready to go. Devin's ready to go. We're going to see what happens. All right. So, let's look at Devin's feet. See if they're jittery. See if they're shaking. Let's see if Devin's feet are, jittery, shaky. I don't see that. I see movement. Now, does anybody notice what Jose Ramirez is doing? First thing right off the bat. Does anybody know what Jose Ramirez is doing? So Devin is going to start moving laterally to the right, right? He's moving to the right. What's Jose doing? What is he doing? Can you guys tell me? Right? What's he doing? He's cutting Devin off. He's cutting off the ring, right? He's cutting off the ring. He missed, right? So let's look at that. Maybe Devin was scared right there. Maybe that's why that happened, right? Let's see, because that's what we hear too. Devin's afraid. He has PTSD. You know what I'm saying? He's so scared and traumatized. He doesn't want anything. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to face any challenges. He's so scared, right? He looked like he tripped up a little bit, walked into Jose Ramirez, but look at that. Jose Ramirez was cutting off the ring, y'all. And look at Jose Ramirez's feet. Look pretty good, right? It's not sloppy. You know what I'm saying? He's cutting the ring off. He's reacting to Devin. He's not just letting Devin do what he wants. He's not letting Devin sprint around the ring, right? And then he goes for a jab, misses. Goes for a left hook, misses again. Devin kind of slips and goes into Jose, right? But Jose looks like a professional fighter, does he not? Let's look at this. Devin is gauging. He's seeing what Jose is going to do. He's allowing Jose Ramirez to kind of press the action, kind of walk him down a little bit. He's reacting. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait. I think I just saw some fear in Devin. Hold on. Let's go back. Because I think what we were looking at here is to see how afraid Devin is. Right? All right. Caught him with a good jab. Caught Devin with a good jab. Put his head back. Nice strong jab from Jose Ramirez. Not going to lie. Devin is still moving. Jose's still seeing what he can do, pressing the action, walking Devin down. Devin just threw a left hook. Didn't land it, right? So let's see. Devin is reacting. Jose's kind of feigning to get Devin to react. Thinks he has him where he wants him. So, yeah. Is Devin afraid? He attempted a jab there, missed, rolled under, and came back up. Look where his hand is. Look where his right hand is. Right there by his chin. Right? Right? Now, Jose Ramirez just attempted a jab to the body. Devin moved around it and landed a quick right hook. Right? So, and came up out of that. Look at Jose Ramirez, though. He's cutting off the ring. Threw a right hook and missed. Devin rolled under it and got behind him. He spun him. So, listen. What do we hear? What do we hear? All Bian Norman Jr. has to do is cut the ring off. If he cuts the ring off, Devin can't do shit. Devin can't do nothing. But Jose Ramirez is cutting the ring off the whole fucking time. Jose Ramirez is using good footwork to cut off the ring. Devin is using superior footwork to execute ring generalship to get out of traps. All right? Making this guy miss. Salute to Brother Shelton in the building. Yes, Devin is being calculated. It's the first round. It's the first round. It's not the 10th or 11th. It's the first round. It's the fill-out round, right? This is what we're looking at. Oh, let's go back. Okay? Look at that. Jose Ramirez's feet look pretty good, for a pressure fighter who is not really that much of a boxer, but he knows how to cut off the ring. Look at this. Cutting off the ring. Devin's using good footwork. You might say, oh, look, he's reacting too much. But no, I mean, you're going to react. He's not overreacting. He didn't take himself out of position. Missed that jab, right? Kind of like a jab / hook. But Jose Ramirez is cutting the ring off, but he's still missing. Devin slipped that, right? Missed that again. Look, Devin landed a hook kind of on the back of his head and kind of pushed him, right? Landed that jab. Dev landed that jab. He landed that. Jose's still cutting the ring off. Watch him. Watch this. He's going to attempt that right hook. Boom. Missed. Devin got around and spun him. Had him in the corner. Oh, but all Bian has to do is cut off the ring and trap him. Look what happened when you attempted that. Right? Pay attention. Had him in the corner, cutting him off, boom, spun his ass. And Jose did a good job of turning with him. Right? But nonetheless, Devin was able to escape. Oh, you got to cut the ring off. Now you hear, Jose Ramirez don't know how to cut off the ring. But he's cutting the ring off and he's throwing, but he's missing. He lightly landed a jab and then threw across and missed, right? Devin is he's relaxed. He's moving around. He's letting Jose Ramirez believe that he can have his way and cut the ring off and walk him down. Devin's not really throwing a lot, but again, it's the first round, right? He just landed that jab there. Landed that jab and clinched so that Jose could not answer with a counter. Landed that jab, right? Boom. Look what happened. Jose Ramirez attempted a hook, missed. Devin was out the way and moving. Oh, but he's running. Oh, he's a runner. He's a track star. Where is this? Is Dev running or is he standing in front of him? He can find him. You know what I'm saying? He's there. Devin is right in front of him, but he's moving. Devin is moving. Yeah, he reacted to a feint. Ooh, he's so skilled. The traumatization. He just landed a jab, right? Jose Ramirez landed a jab. I think Jose won that round simply because he landed more shots. But guess what? The ring generalship goes to Devin, but Jose Ramirez used aggression. It was kind of effective. But the bottom line is Jose Ramirez landed more shots. Well, I wouldn't even say that. I would say that Jose Ramirez maybe landed a couple more shots. It was probably even, I didn't count the shots. I didn't count them. But Jose Ramirez was walking him down. He was cutting the ring off. And so he caught him with a jab that knocked his head back. I would probably say the judges probably gave that round to Jose Ramirez. Yes, Brittany, he's quick and loud on his feet. But they call that running. These motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. Point blank and motherfucking period. Hassan fighter says they just hate the fact that Dev did not get hurt. Yeah, they hate it. But Dev is there, though, right? Now let's look second round. Jose could have committed with that jab, but he didn't. That's on him. That's not Devin's fault. But Dev was out the way anyway, right? Jose didn't want to waste that shot, right? He's feinting. He's still getting Devin to react. I don't see no running, though. I see masterful defense. I see boxing. Where's the running at? Oh, it's his worst performance. These motherfuckers don't know shit. Boom. He caught him in that clinch and came out that clinch and hit him with an overhand right. I don't know if y'all saw that. Right? Boom. Caught him with that overhand right. Boom. Right over the top. This is when Dev, he's so scared. See, Jose didn't commit. Why not? Jose didn't commit. He had Devin in the corner. Was about to throw looked like he was about to throw a right uppercut and didn't. Look, he missed that. See, Jose Ramirez doesn't want to miss a whole bunch. That's why he's not committing, because Devin is out the way. Devin's out the way by the time he throws anything. If he throws anything, if he commits, Devin's out the way. Oh, but that's running. But Devin's right there. He's facing him. Devin is facing Jose Ramirez. Boom, landed that jab. Another jab, kind of missed. And then he got caught to the body by Jose Ramirez. Right? But Jose is cutting the ring off, y'all. Dev just caught him with a jab. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Missed. He missed that jab. Right? But missed that too. Caught him in the clinch. Separate him. That's boxing. Right? But look where Devin Hand is the whole time. Oh, he keeps getting cooked with that left hook. He landed that hook, and then Jose countered with his own left hook, missed. Dev landed his hook, Jose missed his. Boom. That jab. He missed that jab. Dev's going to land a hook after the clinch. Right? Now, boom, missed. He probably caught Jose Ramirez on the glove a little bit, but he got that shot off. Look at that footwork. Boom, boom. Stab to the body, stab to the head. Landed it. Landed at will. Jose cannot. Is there a way I can make that circle go away? Because it's fucking me up. I want to be more precise with my rewinds, but this damn circle is. Look, just landed that jab. Double jab. Stab to the body, double jab to the head. Boom, boom, miss, and got out. He spun out of it. Had him cornered by cutting off the ring and spun out. That's called ring generalship, y'all. Ring generalship. Let me see what y'all talking about. Yes, Devin versus Bian Norman tonight. It's not running, Adrian Cook. When was this? This fight was May 2nd of this year. Devin about to get punished tonight by Norman. Sure. If that's what you believe, you can go ahead and believe that. Go ahead and believe it. Mm-hmm. Now look at what Dev's doing. Still using the ring generalship. Jose's cutting the ring off. I don't know where y'all getting that Jose wasn't cutting the ring off. That's cutting off the ring, y'all. He didn't commit because he knew it was going to miss. See, look, you see that? Dev shot in with a jab, rolled under, and got around Jose again. But Jose just cannot do anything. Dev just landed the jab when he wanted to. Missed that jab, right? But does Jose Ramirez look like a bum? Look, he just caught with that overhand right. Dev caught him with that overhand right. Snuck a jab in, came in with the overhand right. Boom. Landed that jab right before Jose came in to throw his hook. Slowed him up. Who's walking through Devin Haney's punches? Nobody. Who's walking through Devin's punches? You saw right when Jose was going in for a right hook or left hook, Dev hit him with that stiff jab. hit him with that stiff jab, threw him off. Salute to Real Eyes in the building. Salute to you, Queen. Yeah. Tim Bradley. Yeah. Fucking Champ side is hilarious with that. I think it's starts 4 a.m. in Australia. Oh, yeah? Norman hasn't fought nobody this good, period. Yeah. Who has Bian Norman Jr. fought on the level of Jose Ramirez? See, people play Jose Ramirez like he ain't shit. This is the third round, y'all. But he's cutting off the ring. He's using his feet. You know what I'm saying? He just can't. There's nothing he can do. Dev's footwork is superior, but in his look, Dev is allowing him to walk him down, try to set traps, and he catches him with these straights. He catches them with check hooks. He just landed that hook. Just so y'all know. See, this is a damn circle, man. All right. Boom, caught him with that hook. Caught him. Now he's going to get over into this corner. Boom, missing. And he came up with that overhand left hook. Look at that. Missing. Now look at this exchange. Boom, boom, boom. Caught him. Boom, boom, boom. And then Dev goes in for the clinch. So in that exchange, Jose landed the first shot, right? But look what he did to Jose during that exchange. But Dev is going to have to be a little more careful with Bian Norman Jr. in exchanges like these, right? Look. Actually, Jose Ramirez didn't really land a lot there. Look where Devin Haney is when Jose Ramirez throws that hook in that exchange. Watch. Look where Devin Haney is. I thought he caught him with that hook. No, look where Devin Haney is. See? That hook that Jose threw, I think it was the second shot. Where's Dev's glove? He catches him on the glove. See that? Jose didn't land that left hook. He landed it on the glove. I wish I could. Man, this damn circle fucking me up. But look, in that exchange, Dev, I don't even think Dev got touched in that exchange. Right? But Jose is doing a good job cutting the ring off. It's just not doing any good. Look, 2 shots missed. Right? Over the top of Dev's head. Right? Miss. Look at that. And then when he attempted that right hook, he missed that as well. Dev got under him and clinched. Where's the running at, though? Can anybody tell me? Look, missing, just missing. 3 punch combination, none of it landed. And he had Dev cornered. Dev was cornered. I don't think, look, jab hook to the jab and hook. But Dev just landed the jab and the hook to Jose Ramirez. And Jose Ramirez has landed nothing. Oh, but Dev didn't throw no punches. Jose Ramirez didn't throw no punches. Isn't that what we're hearing? Haney is right there. Adrian Crook. Haney is right there. But these motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. Including the commentator, Antonio bitch-ass Tarver, who was talking all this silly, stupid-ass shit. Oh, he's a southpaw, but it's circling to the right. Oh, this and that. Oh, it just immediately Antonio Tarver started with the hate campaign as soon as the fight started. That's why I don't have the commentation on. Fuck that shit. Slim Hussein says, just keep the cursor at the point you rewind if you have to see it again. That way you just click. Yeah, that's a good point. It's hard with that big ass circle. I wish I could make that circle go away. Bian Norman Jr. struggled against Quentin Randall, so I don't know why people think he can't do it. We'll see. We're going to find out. That made a former unified champ look like an amateur. Yes. But, Dev just moved too excessively. Well, Jose Ramirez is moving excessively towards Devin. So Devin has to use his feet to get out of the way to not get caught up because Jose Ramirez is cutting the ring off effectively. So Dev has to find a way to escape so he doesn't get caught in exchanges or get caught when Jose Ramirez decides to let off. He can't be there when he wants Jose Ramirez to miss. And Jose Ramirez is cutting the ring off. But they're not going to tell y'all that. It's just that when you try that against Devin 9 times out of 10 is going to have better footwork than any opponent he faces. So when you try to cut the ring off on him and you start trying to exchange with him and try to trap him, you think you got him trapped? He's going to make you miss. He's going to get out of there, or he's going to make you pay. Richard Gatelin in here hating? Probably. You know, you get one of them every now and then. Bro, all this means nothing. Just watch the fight. Who you talking to? Who you talk? I'm here to break down this fight. I'm not here to show y'all the fight. First of all, because of fair use, right? I have to stop and commentate and give some talk, right? Number one. And number two, I don't got to fucking, no. It does not mean nothing because half of you motherfuckers don't know what the fuck you looking at. And you need a motherfucker like me to show you what you're looking at. Yeah. Just watch the fight. We watching the fight, but we're looking at it as though we're analyzing the fight. We're not just sitting there watching it to watch it. Salute to brother Respect Ring Media. Salute to you, bro. Nice to see you in here. You watched the random fight last night. It was terrible. Yeah. Gonna tell me to just watch. I'm not here to just watch. I'm here to talk about it. Jut, salute, Jut. Respect Media, salute to you. All right? We're not here just to watch the fight. As a matter of fact, I might skip a few rounds, go towards the end, because this is pretty much how it goes for most of the fight. Look, just landed that jab and hook. Jab, hook, jab, hook. Jose Ramirez cutting off the ring. Doesn't really matter, because every time he throws something, Dev is escaping. That's just, it is what it is. Devin is a boxer. He is a master boxer. Boom, just landed that jab. And look where his hand is, y'all. Oh, he don't know how to defend the left hook. But where is his hand at the whole time? Oh, when it jabs to the body, it drops his right hand. Lies. Look, Jose he just can't land nothing. He just can't. Oh, he's so scared. Look at the jittery feet. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. God damn it. Oh, look at the jittery feet. Oh my God. I think I went ahead. Whatever. I hate that shit. This damn big ass circle. Look, he just can't land nothing. He's just not landing. Dev is clinching. He caught him with that uppercut coming out of the clinch. But it really didn't do nothing. It was like a grazing shot, but he landed it. Boom. Look at that. Just landing. Oh, Devin didn't throw no shots. He didn't throw no punches. Fucking liars. Just liars. Salute to Trey Titan in the building. Universal Truth. Salute to you, bro. Salute to y'all. Sellout says they got caught up with two flat-footed guy that Bian Norman. Yes. Yeah, but they don't know shit. They don't know how Jen Sasaki actually set himself up to get knocked out. They ain't gonna tell you about that. When Dev close to the ropes, he moving, but then sets you up in the middle of the ring. Yes. Dev is doing what he wants in this fight. And Jose Ramirez is doing what he wants him to do. If he has space, Devin in front of you, otherwise, good luck trying to hit him. Yeah. Salute to G-Lex. Salute to you, bro. Yeah, I'm going to skip ahead. Right? I mean, because, look. All right, this is round what? 8? Round 8 of 12. Look. This is when he, in the later rounds, Dev starts using that hook more, his hook. And look, when in the second half of the fight, Devin starts to drop his hands and get undisciplined. Where's his hands at? Where's his hands? Look. That check hook right behind his guard. Right behind his guard on top of the ear. Yeah, he knows where to land those shots. Punch placement. Look. Double jab with a cross. Getting off. On the move, though. He's doing this shit on the move, y'all. He's not really planting his feet. He's just punching on the move, landing shots on the move. Oh, he's so scared. He slipped the jab, right? Slipped the jab, and Jose tried to get in close and bully him. Dev pushed his ass off of him. But he's so weak. Well, how the hell did he push Jose Ramirez off of him? You see, they don't want to look at shit like this. They want to tell you, oh, Dev was just running. And Jose Ramirez caught that hook on the jab, on the glove. But Dev just landed that jab, knocked his head back. Look, caught him coming in with that check left hook. Damn, I went back too far. Right? Caught Jose coming in with a check left hook. Dev slipped that jab, made a miss, pushed his ass off of him. No, you ain't doing that. No dirty fighting. Right? So this is what we're looking at. Jose's still cutting off the ring, but he's getting a little tired, right? Dev just landed that uppercut. Landed that uppercut, hook to the head. Jose Ramirez just slipped that. He caught that hook on the glove. Good defense. Jose Ramirez had decent defense in this fight. Way better than Bian Norman's. Caught with that jab. Right? Boom. Caught him with that check hook. Stumbled him a little bit. Did you see that? Damn it. Hold on. Oh, God. All right, here it comes, I think. Yeah, missed that. He missed that, but he landed that. Watch this. Bam. Caught him coming in. What was it? With that check hook. Now, do you think that Devin's going to catch Bian Norman coming in like that? Salute to Meek Morrow. Salute to you, brother. Adrian Cook says he made Floyd so proud this night. I bet he did. Respect Media says this is not running. Exactly. Oh, Devin didn't throw no punches. Jose Ramirez didn't throw no punches. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And if you have so-called boxing channels telling you they're supposed to be experts, they're supposed to know so much, and they're telling you that Devin didn't engage and Jose Ramirez didn't engage, why are we listening to people like that? Why are we listening to people like that? They could just show you, right? I'm not telling you what you're supposed to see. I'm letting you see it, and you made the comment, right? Respect Media. You said he is not running. He engaged the whole time. Did I tell you to say that? Am I sitting up here framing? No. Y'all can see it for yourself. And by the way, fair use ring. Fair use. This is just I'm not even showing the whole fight. No commentating. I mean, no music. They'll probably still limit this video though. I'll probably be demonetized for this, but it's all good. Yes, just left and right arrows. Just says try using the arrows on your keyboard. Oh, okay, 5 seconds. Let me see. Hold on. It's whatever. Okay, cool. Two 2-1. That broke the guard. That didn't. Right? Check hook again. Well, that wasn't really a check hook. That was a regular ass hook. But yeah. This is round 10. Still the same shit, y'all. Jose still got the energy to cut the ring off. That's what he's doing, man. He's not following Dev. He's cutting the ring off. Yet he can't do anything. Look, good counter, right? He countered that jab with his own jab. Look at that footwork. But Jose's footwork is nothing to laugh at. Look, caught him with that hook coming in, right? Look, boom, caught him with that hook. And then he landed that overhand right, I think. Did he land that overhand right? Hook, boom. Yep, he did. See that? Look at that. Boom, boom. Left hook, right overhand. Look at that. Look at that. Dev is engaging. Jose Ramirez is trying to engage. He missed that jab. Dev freaking parried it. That's why I like parries better than freaking keeping my glove on my head. Parrying is better than catching it on the glove on your head. It's better to parry, y'all, because then you can use their momentum against them. He threw that hook. Jose Ramirez throws that hook, goes over his head. Boom, counter with that. He countered with his right hand. Right, missed though. In the clinch, Dev is just superior in the clinch. Dev is just a superior clincher. It is what it is, y'all. So what? It's a tool in boxing that you're allowed to use. It is what it is. As long as you're not doing it excessively and not over clinching, you're good. Oh, he caught him. Caught him with that jab. Caught Dev with the jab. Oh, caught him with that one. But Dev is okay. Does Dev look chinny? Right? He took some of the steam off of that by bringing his head back. But he still got caught. He missed that one, though. I mean, where's the running at? He's just using lateral movement. Oh, he's moving too excessively. Look at that. He threw his combination and got the hell out of there. Boom. He missed that hook. But when he missed the hook, he did not allow missing the hook to take him out of position. Right? He was still in position to move and get out the way. Right? That is going to be the difference maker. If you can throw your power shot, miss, not get thrown off balance and out of position, and still use your feet to get the hell out of there. Salute the Black Spring Autumn in the building. Yes, please hit the like button. Spacebar pauses. Okay, for sure. Looks like Blood Woman Canelo ass. I mean, listen. Hey, man. Say, man. What can I say? But you guys get the gist. Jose Ramirez, there was nothing he could do to adjust. There was no adjustments to make. Oh, Dev should have just had that exchange. Just Jose is just not fast enough. Right? He tried. Jose is engaging, cutting the ring off. That's cutting the ring off, y'all. If y'all didn't know that. Dev is just his feet work is too superior. Boom. Look, just having him missing exchanges. That wasn't even an exchange. That was just Jose trying to throw his combinations. Couldn't land them. But that's called running if you make a guy miss. When he's right there in front of you. He was right there in front of Jose, making Jose miss. How is that running? How is this Devin's worst performance? Oh, it was Devin's worst performance. These people they're liars or they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. Oh, I gotta get some water. They're lying. They're trying to manipulate you because they don't think y'all know what y'all looking at. Or they don't know what they're talking about. And these are so-called boxing channels that are supposed to give such great analysis. I'm not even a boxing channel. You bet on Haney? That's what's up. I got Dev by unanimous decision. I think I'm done with this fight. I think I'm done with this. With this particular fight. But y'all saw it. From basically round 2 all the way to round 12, it was the same shit. Jose Ramirez trying to engage, walking Devin down, trying to walk him down, cutting the ring off. Dev was able to escape. Dev was able to get off, get out, get off, get out, allow Jose to get off, make him miss, spin him, turn him, and that's just what happened. That's just what happened. But no, we don't want to look at the reality. We want to act like Dev was running. Oh, look at the running. Oh, he was just so skilled. He had the jittery feet. His feet were jittery, y'all. I just showed y'all for yourself. I showed y'all. Y'all looked at it. You think Devin coasted? Yes, because just because he made it look easy doesn't mean it will be easy for any other fighter to do the same thing. Dev is just a superior boxer. Dev knows how to use his footwork and ring generalship and boxing IQ to get himself out of situations where most people will get caught up in. Jose Ramirez was using He was cutting the ring off. Point blank and period. He was cutting Dev off. He wasn't following Devin, right? He wasn't chasing Devin. There were times where he had Devin in the corner. Look, Jose Ramirez knew how to use the ring, y'all. It was just Devin knew how to use the ring better. But they want to tell you, oh, yeah, Devin was just running. That's why, Jose Ramirez wasn't engaging. Well, Jose Ramirez is smart enough to know I'm not just going to throw a bunch of shit, meaningless shit. He was trying to pick his shots. It's just that the shots he picked weren't effective because Devin was just better. It is what it is. Y'all can act like it's not reality, but it is reality. What was it? You know what I mean? With Haney, we're going to get easy Christmas money. Yeah, that's how it should be. Right? How much is Bill paying me? I just showed you the fight. You think Bill paying me? I just showed you guys. I'll let you see it for yourself. Put a 1 in the chat if I broke this fight down accurately. If I broke it down accurately, if I was truthful about what I was saying about this fight, as you guys were watching it with me, put a 1 in the chat if I called it for what it was, y'all. Not that we should appeal to the majority. I'm just asking, who thinks that I was manipulating anything we saw to the point where you can accuse me of being paid by Bill? I don't even know Bill. I don't know Bill. I have zero communication with Bill. I don't know Bill at all, but you guys can believe what you want. Simply because I'm breaking down the fight as you see it and as I see it. And everything I called out was actually happening. Tell me that there's anything different going on. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where Jose Ramirez didn't cut off the ring. Tell me where Devin was not able to escape with a clinch by spinning Jose Ramirez, using his footwork to get out of the way of shots, not just simply standing there in a high guard, and allowing Jose Ramirez to wail on him. But y'all have a problem with that. You want Devin to stand here like this. Yeah, go on ahead and just wail off on me. Hell no. I'd rather make you miss completely. And if you do get something close enough, I'd rather parry it and throw you out of position, throw you off balance possibly. Because if I simply just catch it, you can catch on the glove and come back in position easily enough. But if I make you miss, I can get you off balance. I can parry, or I can do this, have you throw your shot over my head, throw you out of position, and leave and get you open so I can land my counter. I'd rather do that than stand there and walk you down and go like this. Because you're still going to land. Even if you land on my glove, where are my gloves at? They're on my head. They tell you to do this. Make a real tight guard and bring it. So if you have gloves on, you're not doing this with your gloves. You're basically doing this. But what does that do? You get hit with a big shot on your glove. It's still, the energy is still going to go through your head, right? So it's better to make a motherfucker miss or to parry the shot. If they miss, they use all that energy to bring their hands back, to get back into position. It takes more energy. That's why if you shadow box if you do shadow boxing drills versus heavy bag drills, you'll burn more calories shadow boxing than on a heavy bag. Because when you hit the heavy bag, you're basically that the energy is being put back. You can easily bring your hand back. You're not missing. You're not swinging through air. It's a lot better. So, yeah, to y'all, it looks like running because Devin is making Jose Ramirez miss completely. It looks like that. But that's not what it is. Thank you, Jet. Salute to you. He says accurate analysis. Yeah, I guess Bill's paying everybody. Yeah. The problem is I expected Bill to engage Bill. Why would Bill engage with Ramirez? He overused lateral movement. He did not appear skittish. Where did he appear skittish? No, he used the footwork. He executed footwork, and he did engage with Jose Ramirez as much as he wanted to. And he put on a masterclass boxing match. You can't tell a fighter in the ring how much movement he could use and not use. No, he has to do what he has to do to win the fight. And Devin engaged when he wanted to, pretty much landed at will, and made Jose Ramirez miss. That's what y'all mad at. Y'all wanted Dev to stand there and go through 18,000 punch combination exchanges and get caught and get clipped with something. No, that's stupid as fuck. That's not his style. Yeah. Kylek says Devin Haney is experienced, and his father wouldn't let him accept the fight if he knew Devin couldn't handle it. And Norman Jr. is not like Ryan Garcia on juice. Absolutely. Right? I mean, it is what it is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oxsteel says the fight was trash. Where was the trash? Ramirez was subpar competition. Subpar to whom? Subpar to whom? In comparison to whose competition? Which Bian Norman opponent is better than Jose Ramirez? I just showed y'all. I showed y'all Jose Ramirez effectively cutting off the ring, right? He tried to engage. He engaged. He just couldn't land nothing. Dev is just better than Jose Ramirez. Dev made Jose Ramirez look like he was subpar. But no one Bian Norman has fought is better than Jose Ramirez. Bottom line. It is what it is. It's a pure fact. Earl Ferry says, I think Devin can time Norman when he lunges in what his 2-1. Yeah. And that's what he did with Jose. Right? Check hooks, straight right hands as Jose is trying to come in. He timed it. But see, Dev's shots aren't as powerful because he's not planting when he's throwing these shots. He's essentially punching on the move. But they're not weak-ass shots. No one is walking through them. Every time Devin landed on Jose Ramirez, it slowed Jose Ramirez up. Jose Ramirez did not walk through Devin's punches. No one ever has. But they'll tell you he's pillow-fisted. Right? They'll tell you he's pillow-fisted. Ask Regis Program. Got dropped with a jab. Got dropped with a straight. Right? It is what it is. Everyone dodging the Mexican monster. You talking about David Benavidez? Ain't nobody dodging him. Anthony Yard didn't dodge him. I think if Tank fought like Dev did against Ramirez, y'all would cook him bad. Who? Who would cook him bad? I didn't cook him when he fought Pitbull Cruz like that. I think Tank Davis put on an excellent masterclass when he fought against Pitbull Cruz and had a hurt hand, allegedly. See, in that fight, Tank Davis essentially fought like Devin did in this fight. And no, I didn't cook him. Yeah, he did buckle Ryan, Earl Ferry. Yes, he did. My brother, Blue Blood Sports TV is in the building. Salute to you, bro. Are you wrenched up? Yeah, you are. Salute to you. Salute to my boy, man. Hey, y'all go check out Blue Blood Sports TV, which I'm pretty sure y'all already know. Blue Blood. He don't need me to promote him, but I will every time he comes in here. As a matter of fact, anybody that got a channel that's a wrench, y'all can go ahead and drop your links. Yeah, salute to my brother Blue Blood. Thank you for coming through, bro. It's always good to see you in here. But yeah, y'all wanted Dev to just stand in front of him. Y'all wanted Dev to use the high guard and just exchange in the pocket the whole fight so he can get clipped. That's what y'all wanted. No. He used what y'all call excessive movement, but it worked. He engaged. He landed shots. He threw punches just like Jose Ramirez did, which I showed you guys. Jose Ramirez cut off the ring. Dev was just able to get out of the traps. Jose Ramirez would have him in the corner. They would get into an exchange. Jose would miss. Dev would land a couple shots and get out of there. That's what happened. Dev better not bike tonight. Where did Devin bike? Did Devin use his bicycle against Jose Ramirez excessively? No, he might have used a bicycle for a few steps. And then he stood right there in front of Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez cut off the ring. If Dev wants to get on his bike and win the fight that way, guess what? That's what he should do. He's going to do whatever it takes to win that fight. And if he has to get on his bike, say la to the motherfucking V. Say la V. It is what it is. Guess who better make up for it? Bian Norman Jr. Jose Ramirez was cutting off the ring. Let me show y'all real quick. You just got in here. Let me show you where he cut off the ring. The whole fight. Jose Ramirez cut off that ring that whole goddamn fight. It's just simply what it is. Where is my downloads? Here we go. Now, nope, that's Sasaki. Now, y'all really want to look right there in front of him. No one's on a bicycle. Jose Ramirez is cutting off the ring. Look, there, look. He's right there in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want Devin to throw more. Dev's going to do what he wants to do. Look. Jose is backing him into the ropes. It's just when he tries to do something, Dev is out of there, right? Dev is making a miss. Y'all mad about it. It's okay. Right? Oh, how dare you move around the ring? So? But he just, look, landed a three-punch combination at will. Oh, he ain't punching. He ain't engaging. Okay. Look, Jose is cutting the ring off. Look. So, guess what? It's up to Bian Norman Jr. to stop Devin from being on his bicycle. It's not up to Devin to stand there and let it's not up to Devin to stand there and let hold on. I need the full fight. Hold on. I need to get the Bian Norman Jr. full fight. But Devin is not just supposed to stand there and just let Bian Norman get off. This is not how that works. It's not how that works. Dev, let me turn the sound down on this bitch. Hold on. Why is it playing sound now? Oh. Dev is not just supposed to stand there and let the motherfucker get off. Salute to brother Insane in the building, y'all. Salute to Dead Mike. I appreciate you. Haney finna get his boot smoked? Sure. Brittany says he's calculated with his movements. Yeah, that's what they want, Brittany. That's what they want, but that's not how that works. This guy says track star. No idea what he's looking at. These people are a joke telling the fighter how to fight. Idiotic. Exactly, INPR. It's called boxing. That's what Devin was doing. Salute to the brother Insane in the building, though. Stormy, salute to Stormy B-Man. Is that you for real? Temple of Cult. Hold on. Is that the brother Stormy? Y'all check out. Because I'm about to give him a wrench. Salute to the brother Stormy B-Man in the building. Salute to the Unk. Yes. This is the Stormy B-Man hat. Y'all go check it out. Hey, Stormy. That's your third channel? For sure. Let me go ahead. Well, I got to actually go to my phone. I got to go to my phone and rinse you up. I can't do it on StreamYard. But y'all go, hey, look, fly ass hat. Now my children, one of my children sat on it and it kind of deformed it, but it's a very good quality hat. And as you can see, I'm still wearing the hat. Now let me see. Where's how do I get my live stream to pull up? I need to wrench my brother up. Do I have a managing? I gotta damn. Anyway, y'all. Let me go to my channel. Maybe it'll pop up then. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Now I can wrench you up from my phone. Where? Oh, we're not there yet. But as soon as you show up in my chat, I'll get you wrenched up, Brother Stormy. Happy birthday to Fernando. Why is Jake Paul fighting Anthony? I mean, it is what it is. Dev retires tonight. Okay, sure. The bill got mad dented. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it did. The bill didn't get dented. Well, this part, but it is what it is. Realize says, I say these idiots. Damn, it's behind. Hold on. Let me go to the other live. Let me see. Whatever. I don't know what. Oh yeah, drop as soon as I rinse you up. I gotta wait for your there we go. Let me see. I gotta wrench up. Salute to Latressa in the building. Damn, weird. Why can't I see you? Wrench up. Respect Ring Media. Where is Stormy? I don't know why they can't let me do all this on StreamYard's bullshit. We're entitled to our opinion. Yeah, you are. Yep. That's what's up. I appreciate you, Stormy. I'm waiting for you to show up on my phone so I can rinse you up. I don't know why it's lagging like that. Give it a minute. But let me we're gonna go through this. Y'all go check out Stormy B, man. If y'all want some really good boxing commentation. I mean, he's excellent. Like, respect to him. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Why can't I see him on here? It's some bullshit. I don't know why they don't. You know what? Let me try this. But yeah, y'all, we about to look at this Bian Norman fight with Jen Sasaki. And yeah, we're gonna see what that looked like, right? Content. No, that's a studio. We're gonna see what that looks like. We're gonna see fuck. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to find view my channel. Here we go. Maybe this will work. There we go. There we go. All right. I got one. So I rinsed you up, Stormy, on your. Oh, you came in earlier on your Stormy B Man Kung Fu Temple. I rinsed you up there. Anyway. But yeah. Who I got? Ryan versus Barrios. Ryan. So now, let's go to this Bian Norman Jr. versus Gen Sasaki fight. You know what I'm saying? Then we're going to see what it do. We're going to look at that for sure. If you didn't see my Devin versus Ramirez breakdown, just do the replay. Salute to Jedi. He says I'm subbing. I appreciate you, bro. Salute to you for that. Bian Norman Jr. versus Gen Sasaki. Oh, yeah. We're going to see what it do, baby. Oh, yeah. Let's look at this. 20 minutes. Didn't last long, for sure. He knocked him the fuck out. But guess who helped him knock him the fuck out? Gen Sasaki. Gen Sasaki knocked himself out by half. He was the other half of the person that knocked himself out. So him and Bian Norman Jr. knocked out Gen Sasaki. Norman mad buff. Okay. You got 500 on Norman. Good for you. Shut up and laugh says, I subscribe because you seem fair. I mean, that's what I try to be, man. That's how I rock, you know. I ain't here to sugarcoat or try to, you know, I try to be as objective as possible. I'm human. But it is what it is. This is how we should live our lives. You watched this last night? Oh, yeah, it was an unskilled mess. But let's get into it. Salute to Chef Dre. And let me see if Stormy's his third channel showed up. Damn it. Stormy, if you're still in there, write in the chat with your third channel so I can go ahead and rinse that up. But make sure you drop your link. All right, so let's get into this. All right. Norman got the hood behind him. Oh, dead Mike trolling as usual. Salute to Chef Dre. Was my prediction I got Devin by unanimous decision. Unanimous. It's going to be a masterclass again. That's what I think it's going to. I think it's going to be Regis Pro Grade 2.0. That Regis Pro Grade, a mix of Regis Pro Grade and Jose Ramirez. Except Jose Ramirez is better at cutting off the ring. And I mean, look at this. Wait a minute. All right, let's look. This is crazy. This is just trash. This dude right here is pure ass. Pure, unadulterated, prolapsed ass. That's what he is. Look at this. Look at this. What? Did he even try to hit him with that left hook? Right over his head, bro. Look at this shit. Look. And look at that slow ass dad, Brian. What? Look at this. What did I just see, y'all? Look at that. Now, what was that? What were those hooks that he just threw? What was that? I mean, look at Bian Norman's feet, right? A stutter step in for no reason. Okay, he stepped back way too far, right? Gen Sasaki just standing there. I mean, of course he got caught with that, right? He got caught in the back of the head. Hold on. Right? He lunged in, or he leaned in, had his guard down, and got hit in the back of the head. He was out of position. Now, when I say out of position, after he threw that right, where was he at? He was squared up. Look at his back foot. He brought it. Why did he bring his back foot in? So when Sasaki threw that overhand right, he brought his rear foot forward, got him out of position, off balance, and that's why he dropped. Because look at where his feet, well, look what his feet did. Where's his weight? Now, I want y'all to look at where Sasaki's weight is. Hold on. Where is his weight? Where is Sasaki's weight? See, no one's going to break it down to you like this, is they? Except for Brother Stormy B-Man and others. Where is his weight? Where's his weight? Where's Jin's weight after he threw that overhand right? Where's his weight? This is why he got dropped, y'all. Look at his foot positioning. Why? Look, where's the Jin Sasaki's weight? Where's his center of gravity? There you go, Stormy. There you go. I got you. What? Why is it doing this? Yeah, y'all go check out Stormy B, man. Excellent fight breakdowns. Excellent historical knowledge. He is a boxing historian. Y'all need to go check him out. Real talk. If you ain't already subscribed to the Stormy B, man, y'all need to go ahead and do that right now. The Lunatic Bartitian says Norman Jr. wins by 7th round KO. That's what's up. That's what's up. KO of the year. That's what's up. I got you. Devin wins versus Norman. I agree. All right, there's your third channel. Let me see. And he also does nerd content. He has, the Kung Fu channel. He's a nerd like me. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to him. All right, I don't see you up here yet, but I'll get you, Stormy. Anyway, y'all, let's continue with this. Where is Jin Sasaki's center of gravity? Can y'all tell me? It's not where it should be. Right? He brought his foot forward, and this is why he got knocked down. Why? Because, guys do that. They'll throw that looping right hand, and they'll bring their foot forward instead of keeping their foot back. You don't have to bring your foot forward. You can turn your hip. You can extend that right hand. You can get it out there. You don't have to move your foot. You don't have to bring your foot up. That's horrible. Right? And look what Jin's doing. He's just standing there in front of him with the high guard. And Bian Norman Jr. is just missing. Right? Right? He's just standing in the high guard, just standing in front of him, letting Bian Norman Jr. tee off. So, yeah, look at his feet positioning. Every time he throws his right hand, what does his foot do? His right foot comes forward. Throwing him, squaring him up. His center of gravity is not supported by either of his legs. And that's why you get knocked down, bro. Look at his feet. His footwork is horrible. His center of gravity is over nothing. So if you're going to throw a right hand, right, you're going to load your leg up in the rear. You throw that right hand, you're going to bring your center of gravity over your front foot. And you're not going to bring your foot forward after you throw that right hand so that you can get thrown off balance. I mean, his feet are positioned horribly. His weight is over nothing. His center of gravity, he's like getting ready to sit on a chair. This is why he got knocked down, y'all. That left hook is dynamite. Okay, what do you use dynamite on? Stationary rocks. Stationary fucking land masses. That's where you put dynamite. Right? Yeah, it's easy to get your dynamite off if a motherfucker is standing in front of you, allowing you to place the dynamite where you need it. Now also, look at Bian Norman's feet. Look at Bian Norman's feet. I ain't even focused on that yet. He's doing the same thing with his feet. He's going to square up. He's throwing his shots, squaring up, bringing it. Like, what are we doing? Look at that. Bian Norman Jr. almost failed. Look at his footwork. Look, he threw his right hand and brought his rear foot forward, squaring up. His center of gravity is off. He almost fucking failed. Hep. Listen, the last time I broke this fight down, I wasn't focused on that. I was focused on other things, but we're talking about, oh, Bian Norman has better footwork than you think. Bian Norman has this superior footwork that we don't know about. He has secret footwork. Oh, you haven't seen it yet. Oh, well, yeah. And I asked the question, where have you seen Bian Norman Jr. use superior footwork and ring IQ? It's in his secret stash. But you just completely throw footwork out the window because you're fighting Gen Sasaki. When do you decide to use good footwork, y'all? Look at this shit. He's doing the same thing Gen Sasaki doing. His footwork is horrible, y'all. Look at this. Look at their footwork. Their feet are tangled up with each other's. Look at it. They're kid and fucking play. Y'all know the kid and play move where they kick each other's feet? I forgot what they call that. Look, Gen Sasaki just landed a body shot. And these motherfuckers just throwing shit. Look. He threw a hook behind Gen. And Gen Sasaki's right there in front of him, y'all. Look at this shit. Where is his foot? Look at this. Look, Bian Norman throws his hook. And look where his foot is at when he throws his hook. Right? Watch. He's not even following all the way through with that hook. Look where his feet is. Horrible. Disgusting. Yeah, the kid and play. Why I don't like Norman? Where are you getting at? Why are you getting I don't like Norman? Because I'm calling out his stupid ass footwork. And look at Gen Sasaki, dumbass, standing there just taking shots, y'all. You think Devin's gonna do this? Look, but he's still getting off. 3 stabs to the body. 2 stabs to the body. 1 up top, 2 to the body. Just getting off. Just standing there in front of him. You think Dev's gonna do this? And he's getting hit. And he's missing, right? He missed that hook. He missed that right hook to the top. And he got him with that left hook. But Gen Sasaki's just standing there in the high guard using trash footwork. Look at this fucking footwork. Look at this. Both their footwork is horrible. That's why they call them flat-footed. Look, this is horrible. Just plodding around. You think Dev's going to do any of this? Look, Bian Norman caught him on the elbow. He's right there in front of him. What is that? You Canelo now, nigga? Tell me where Bian Norman Jr.'s ring IQ is at. Oh, he has this IQ. One sister was like, footwork, power, skill. Talking about Bian Norman. Where that at? Yeah, the power's there if you're right there in front of him. But how many times did Bian Norman Jr. get off on this dude and did nothing? Look, he's getting off. Hold on, y'all. They've been in there with way better fighters. Yes. Dude kept hitting the table. Martin was not playing. What are you talking about? Devin isn't going to move as much as people think. He doesn't have to. The lunatic libertarian, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. Look at this. We're supposed to believe, yes, prolific. We're supposed to believe that Bian Norman Jr. is going to develop all this skill and footwork and ring IQ that he did not even display against the Gen Sasaki. This is a fighter, Gen Sasaki, that you would use that type of shit with. And it took him, 6 rounds to get Gen Sasaki out of there? But he has all this fucking power. Landing on elbows. Why are you're Canelo now. The dude is right there in front of you and you're landing on the elbow. Find that triangle. You know, y'all heard me talk about triangles before? Let me show you where the triangles are. All right. Bian Norman Jr. is about to throw a left hook. You have a triangle here. You got a triangle there. When I talk about triangles, you find the triangle. Yes, house party. Devin was turned versus Loma and by Linares. What? This is Bian Norman Jr.'s last fight. Where did he turn Jin Sasaki? How is he going to turn Devin if he's not even fucking turning Jin Sasaki? Jin Sasaki is there to be turned. He's a KO artist against C-level and D-level fighters. I wouldn't even say C-level. Where is Bian? Look, you got a triangle right here. You got a triangle right here, and you also got a triangle between the gloves that you don't see right now. But where is he going to land this shot? What? And look, Jin Sasaki's hand was down a little bit. His hand came down, and he still hit him in the fucking look. And he's getting hit. He's getting hit. See, Jin Sasaki just found that triangle, y'all, that I was telling you about right here. He's going to find that triangle with that overhand right. See, he found that triangle. That's what you do. That's what you do. You find that triangle. Punch placement. That's what that's called. Yeah, we will see tonight, lunatic libertarian. Well, when is Bian Norman Jr. going to turn Jin Sasaki? Where are these skills that y'all talking about? When has he displayed these things? The great footwork, the pure athleticism, all these things, the punching power, the also devastating punching power. Yeah, against a motherfucker like this, just standing there. Where was that? Look, he caught him with a smooth overhand right over Jin's glove. He found that triangle right here. And look, it did nothing. Where is his power at? And then an uppercut, overhand right, a hook to the body, an overhand right over the glove, overhand right, and then an uppercut, and then a left hook. This magnificent, splendiferous motherfucking power. Where's it at? Why didn't Jin Sasaki go down right there? What Jin is doing right now, standing right there in front of him, accumulating this damage. Devin is not going to do this. Look at this footwork, y'all. Look at this shit. Look at his footwork. Look. He threw his left hook, and why is his foot going over here? Look at that. Foot came all the way off the floor when he threw that hook. I mean, this is what you do when you break down boxing. Is you going to give Norman his due when he beats Devin? Sure, absolutely. I'm going to do that, yes. All Dev has to do is stick and move. Dev is going to move, going to make Norman reset all night. That's going to lead Norman to getting frustrated. Yes. Where is this skill that y'all talking about? Where is this footwork? This magnificent, magical, hidden hook footwork that he's never displayed before against any other fighter. Where's it at? Dev, my boy, he going to sleep. Okay. Right. Just like he's putting Jin Sasaki to sleep, who's standing right there in front of him with the horrible footwork. Okay. Sure. Because Dev is going to do this stuff. Devin is going to do this. Look, where's the splendiferous power from that overhand right? That did nothing. Look, where's it that uppercut that he just landed? Look, he getting tired. Look, he getting tired. Look at him. The motherfucker tired already. What round is this? Round number 1. The motherfucker already tired. Look at it. You see that slow ass hook? Uppercut? You see how slow that was? Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, y'all. Look at that slow ass uppercut. That was slow as fuck. But this motherfucker is standing right there. What do we do? What are we talking about? Look at his feet. Where is this magnificent? Where is this ballerina-esque, Lomachenko-esque footwork that y'all talking about? RJ said, I mean, listen. The lunatic libertarian says, no one says Norman Jr. was Willie Pep. He's not even a third of the way there. But everybody's talking about this footwork. That's what I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to how, Bian Norman got great footwork. Where? You don't have to have Willie Pep and Pernell Whitaker-esque footwork to have good footwork. No, you don't. But Jen Sasaki, why? Look at his center of gravity. He brought his rear foot forward. He has no base. That's why he got knocked down. He got hit. And if he was in position, if his feet were in the right position, if his center of gravity was correctly positioned over his front foot, he would not have dropped. But y'all don't know that, do you? No, you don't know that. His feet are stuck in the mud. Exactly. Devin is not going to do any of this. Y'all want him to, but he's not. He's not. This nigga tired. Look. He tired. It's the second round. This man is tired. Jen got his chin all up. So just so y'all know, every time Jen Sasaki drops his hands, his chin goes up. Right? Now look at his footwork. He gonna go straight back. Straight back into the corner. Straight back into the corner. Listen, where's the superior footwork? Oh, look, he's trying to spin out, but he's leaning on the Jen now. Look, this nigga about this, he's tired, y'all. He got hit. Right? His upper body movement and his head movement is ass too. Look, he's getting caught. Got caught again, damn near. And look, he just got caught with that left hook in the clinch. And what is he doing when he disengages? This motherfucker tired, dropping his hands, trying to catch his breath. This man is tired. It's the second round. But Jim, what is he doing? He just walking forward in the high guard. When he drops his hand, his chin comes up. You know what I'm saying? In the high guard, yeah, his chin goes down. But when his hands drop, chin just goes up. And he got caught coming in. He got caught on the top of the head again with this horrible footwork. Look at his foot. Look at his rear foot. Look at that. Do y'all see that? Tell me y'all saw that. Look at that. Trash, dude. He about to twist his knee all up on his own. He's about to twist his own knee up on his own. But we're supposed to believe that Bian Norman Jr. has faced anything on the level of a Devin Haney. Your stopped by Benavidez by the 9th round. I think so. I agree with that. Salute to J-Man. Salute to you, brother. J-Man in the building. Listen, Jen Sasaki is about to break his. See, this is what Bian Norman was talking about when he told Devin he gonna hit him in the head, his ankle gonna break. Remember that? I fucking got it. You know, I was wondering why Bian Norman Jr. said that, but this is why, y'all. This is why. Bian Norman Jr. is gonna hit him in the head, his ankle gonna break. Look, makes sense. Yeah. Look at that. Jen Sasaki almost broke his own ankle with his footwork. And what is Bian Norman Jr. doing? Stepping straight back. Straight back. Straight. And then, do you call that a spin? Oh, look, Bian Norman Jr. spun him. No, he didn't. He just pivoted a little bit. Plottingly. Oh, look. A little flash of good footwork right here. That was decent. But what did he do with his hand? Where did he land that shot at? What? Where is he placing the shots? Listen, y'all. Listen. When Bian Norman Jr. said he gonna hit Devin in the head and his ankle gonna break, that's exactly what we was talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stop trying to defend Devin because you're on Bill's payroll. Norman is a champion. You got to respect that. How is he trash? I didn't say he was trash. His footwork is trash. This man is going straight back. You want to? I'm showing y'all. I'm showing you. I'm not just talking. Look at going just walking straight back. Just walking straight back. Where is the superior footwork? Where's the ring IQ? Jin Sasaki just almost broke his own ankle. All right, there was a flash of decent footwork right there. But his punch placement is ass. Look at his punch placement. Find those triangles. He's standing there right. Jin Sasaki's right there in front of him. Okay. Look, he crossing his feet. Watch when he goes over here. Look at that. Look at that. Where's this superior goddamn footwork at? Where's the immaculate tentacular footwork? Oh, it's hidden. Oh, and he ain't showed it yet. It's in his pocket. It's in his back pocket. No angles, no footwork. Has anybody showed y'all this? It's right here. I'm on Bill Haney's payroll, but I'm showing you as I'm talking about it. I'm not just talking and lying to your fucking face. No, I'm showing you what I'm talking about. I challenge anybody to tell me where the good footwork is. Where is it? Where is it? They're just missing. Missing a man right there in front of him to be hit. Look at that. Just missing. Why? Because he has accuracy problems. And the boy is tired. Look at that. Now, look at this. Look at his footwork. He throws that overhand right and brings his rear foot forward. Trash. And now his head is over his feet. Now, a better boxer than Jin Sasaki is going to throw that uppercut right up the middle while he's leaned over. Uppercut right there. Boom. Just right there. There was a perfect opportunity to get that uppercut off. Because where is Norman's guard? Right? Where is Bian Norman's guard after he throws that overhand right? Dude. I'm defending Devin. I'm not talking about Devin right now. I'm talking about Bian Norman Jr. versus Jin Sasaki. Oh, let me move that out y'all way. I mean, look, the footwork, the superior, magnificent footwork. Look at that. He's rolling on the back of his heel. He's rolling, his foot is rolling back on his heel. Where is his footwork at? Not to mention Jin's footwork. He's just squared up. Let's just square up to each other. We'll just square up. Our feet are just doing whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Bian Norman Jr. is just walking straight back. Where is this magnificence? Where is this? Where's the skill that y'all talking about? J-Man says Brian legs might be shot again. He overextended on his weight cut. Yeah. That's a great question, J-Man. He probably had to get on a lot of diuretics to drop a lot of water weight. Norman has no head movement. He stays in line because yes, but no, he's a secret boxing genius with an 8,000 IQ in boxing. That's what we're supposed to believe. Jedi says, "I'm with you, brother. Norman is going to let these people down. Haney is just a better fighter. Yeah. Now, Brian can get lucky and land a lucky shot and knock Devin the fuck out. And if that happens, it is what it is. Salute to my brother, Trill Will in the building. Salute to you, bro. Salute to my brother. Hey, y'all go check out I Am Trill Will. Thank you. I appreciate it. I Am Trill Will. I am too, because I told Shawa I was going to do it. I told Shawa I was going to do it. She was on my head too. When you going to do the break? I'm doing it now. We got a few hours, y'all. We got a few hours to see what's going to happen. But salute to I Am Trill Will. Make sure you drop your link. Y'all go check out I Am Trill Will in the building. Thank you, man. A lucky shot. Yes. What the hen dog? Yeah, lucky shot. That's exactly what it's going to be. Look. Let me move this out the way. Look at this. Where is the footwork? Look at this nigga just miss it. Just miss it. Against this dude. Yeah, he landed those 2 jabs. Oh, there's that superior jab y'all talking about. Oh, Bian Norman Jr., he going to win the jab battle. Just slow as hell. Look at that slow-ass jab. And it's not even that it's slow. It's easy to see. Right? That was a decent jab. But, I mean, listen. He's not going to win the jab battle against – look. So he throws that overhand right, misses, and brings his rear foot forward. Why the fuck are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Why are we bringing our rear foot forward after we throw overhand rights? You know what that's going to do? It's going to square you up. Your center of gravity is not going to have any support. You're not going to have any support for your center of gravity if you do a shot like that. Do not do this. Do not throw an overhand right or a straight. Look at his foot. His rear foot is almost behind Jin. Look. Look at that. This is... Help me understand it, y'all. Salute to my brother, I Am Trill, dropping that $9.99 super chat in the building. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. He said, I've been watching hours of film and I don't see it. How, bro? I don't want to see this fight so bad now. Oh, I want to see it too. Where? And I'm just doing the last fight. You're supposed to get better with each fight, right? You're supposed to evolve. This is his last fight. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, I Am Trill Will. Y'all go check him out. Make sure you drop your link, bro. Brian got 4 or 5 rounds to get it done. He ain't going to get it done. Not like this. If he fights like this, where can he improve? 28 fights. Where can he improve at? Where can he improve? So when Haney gets beat by Norman, would you say he got beat by a D fighter? Yes. Yeah, Hendall. If Devin gets beat by Bian Norman Jr., he got beat by a D-level fighter. I'm about to give him a fucking F. I'm about to give him an F. But he knocked out Gen Sasaki, so I'll give him a D+. Some people are being charitable, giving him a C-. I'm not giving him that. Look at this shit. Help me understand it. Nigga tired as hell, too. Right? Oh, look, he used a little lateral movement, but that lateral movement right there made him, that zapped him, and he had to drop his hands. Let me move your ass out the way. Think about that. This man used lateral movement, then crossed his feet. Lateral movement, crossed his feet, walking, and now he's tired as hell. Come, get the... Bruh. If Dev does not whoop this man's ass, if Devin does not whoop this man's ass, somebody gonna have to have a conversation with Devin. This man should get demolished by Devin. It should be an easy win for Devin. Yes, Haney time. Devin better wash this motherfucker. Better wash him. If Devin does not wash this dude, it's still gonna be Dream Team over here. It's still gonna be Dream Team. But man, I got questions, Devin. If you don't beat this man's ass handedly, some people are trying to say he's better than Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis has better feet. Styles make fights. This style that Bian Norman Jr. is using is it's a style for anybody near the level of a Devin Haney. Even if you're half as good as Devin, this is a perfect style for you to showcase real boxing talent. Why are we using terms like styles make fights and we're not really using it properly? What style if you are a Devin Haney, a Shakur Stevenson, fucking Tonka Truck Davis, anybody on those levels or a little bit less, how are you Jose Ramirez is better than this? Jose Ramirez's footwork is better than this. Jose Ramirez's positioning when he throws shots and misses is better. And you're telling me styles make fights. What style is this? What was it? Tell me what style this is. What style is this? When you use lateral movement for the first time and then you just start crossing your feet and drop your hands and you tired as hell. What style is that? Okay, he's using his jab. Good for him. But what is he using his jab for? He's just using it. Oh, let me move y'all. Let me move this out the way. I want y'all to really pay attention. What style is this? Where he's just, are you using some lateral movement? Okay. Now you're just going to let him back you straight into the corner. And you're going to wait and miss and get hit. And then when you get out of the corner, you're slow as hell. And any other fighter, any better, a monicum better than this dude would have, listen, y'all, he got out of the corner all right. Look at this. His feet are just close together. Look how close his feet are together. Right? And he's just getting shot, getting hit, getting landed on, missing. Right? Look, where is this power at? Where was the power in that right hook? Where was the power? Oops. Where was the power in that left hook? That right hook. Where's the power? Where is this devastating power? What was that? Right? Where's the power in that shot? Can's Dre says they're going to be saying Devin fought the wrong fight. Of course they are. Mikey Bay going to keep Dev accountable. Absolutely. As he should. Even a good boxer beats a puncher. Yes. Yes. Now, somebody tried to say, I forgot who it was. I think it was this idiot, Next Gen on Champside Channel, said that Bian Norman Jr. is a boxer puncher. Where? Where's the boxer puncher at? Hendal says he's more of a swarmer than a boxer, but he has to drag it out in the later rounds to drain. Do you not, Hendog? Do you not see how tired Bian Norman Jr. is right now? It's the second fucking round. It's the second round. You're telling me that Bian Norman Jr. has to drag it out of Devin in the later rounds? This man is already tired. It's the second fucking round. Do y'all not know what y'all looking at? Help? Come on, dog. Hendog. Sasaki backed him into a corner. Yes. I don't think Brian was scared of Jin. It doesn't matter if he was scared of him. What is this? What are we talking about? Scared of him? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's scared. Where is this devastating power? Look at the footwork, getting out of the corner. Look at the footwork. Crossing up, feet bumping into each other. Anybody any better than Jin would have knocked that motherfucker out right there, or knocked him down at least. Boom, right there. If you caught him right there, coming out with another hook, boom, crossing his feet up like that. But we're supposed to believe. Look at this. Oh, let me get this out the way. I don't think y'all saw it because let me hide this comment. Look at his feet right here. Pay attention. Look at Brian's feet. Dude, he was like a cricket. Y'all know how crickets rub, they lay together, make that noise? He was just cricketing his goddamn legs. Listen, man. Where is this skill that my sister was talking about? I'm not going to say her name. Where is this skill at? Where is the power? Where is the power? Where is the power right here? When you land an overhand, where's the power? Does he not Jin Sasaki out? Yes. But why did he not Jin Sasaki out? Because Jin Sasaki is an idiot who can't box. Now look at that. Look at that jab to the body that Jin just threw. This is how Jin got knocked out later on. He throws that jab to the body and just, look, wide open. Both hands down, chin just up. That's why he got knocked the fuck out. Not because Bian Norman Jr. is this skilled IQ, high IQ fighter. No, it's because Jin Sasaki's a fucking idiot. And y'all expect me to believe that Dev is going to put himself in the position for Bian Norman to get off like this. Look, what is Bian Norman? Look, Jin Sasaki is winning this exchange. Bian Norman Jr. is, look, missing. What the fuck? Look at the feet. You know I'm focused on the feet in this fight? Look at this motherfucking leg coming up. Look. Y'all, you got it. You can't be fucking serious. You think Devin is going to be there for that? If he knocked him out, what are we talking about? If he not... My truth, are you serious right now? What we're talking about is how everybody is saying Bian Norman Jr. has all this skill, all this great footwork, and this devastating knockout power. And what I'm showing you is his footwork leaves a lot to be desired. I'm not seeing a whole lot of skill. And I'm not seeing devastating knockout power. He landed a lot of big shots that did nothing. Jin Sasaki has put himself in a position to get knocked out. But you saying he knocked him out, so why are we talking about this? Because he's fighting Devin next. He hasn't knocked Devin out yet. So what I'm showing you is what Devin is going up against. That people are saying is you guys think that Bian Norman Jr. has this immaculate superpower goddamn skill and footwork that he's been hiding for the last 28 fights. Where has he used it? Who has he used it against? Where is his superior goddamn footwork? Where is it? I haven't seen it yet. Jin Sasaki. This is where you would showcase this. This should have been a showcase fight. Instead, what we're getting is just complete and utter trash from both of them. Utter trash. But we're supposed to believe that Devin is just going to get mollywopped and handled by this dude. And he can't mollywop a motherfucker standing in front of him with horrible footwork. I showed you the first knockdown. Jin Sasaki, center of gravity, was not supported by either leg. He was basically... Bian Norman Jr. did the same thing with his footwork. He threw that big right hand, brought his whole leg, wrapped it around Jin Sasaki's hips, and grinded on him. Where's his footwork at? Yes, I'm sure. Well, it is facts. They don't want to hear that, but I'm showing them. I'm showing y'all. It's going to affect my monetization, but that's okay, because I'm actually able to show you guys that this is not. There's no there there. There's no there there. Poppy, I'm not saying all that. Poppy says the Centillion fight was better fight to break down. Japanese fighters don't. Do you listen, Pop? I'm not calling you that. Yayo, I'm gonna call you Yayo. Yayo, let me explain something to you. The Centillion fight was not a better fight to break down because it wasn't his last fight. This is a better fight to break down. And Gen Sasaki, if Gen Sasaki is so trash, why did Bian Norman Jr. look so trash along with him? It just is what it is. Bian Norman Jr. does not look good in this fight. Point blank and motherfucking period. He looks very, very bad, in my opinion. Dang father, salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Sasaki has no defense. But why did it, how many rounds? Why did it take 5 rounds to knock this motherfucker out? How many times did Bian Norman Jr. hit this dude upside the head with power shots? Gen Sasaki was right there in front of him. How many times did Bian Norman Jr. miss with this motherfucker standing right in front of him? Missed. Gen Sasaki's trash. Yet, how much better did Bian Norman Jr. look in this fight than Gen Sasaki? How much better? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys believe that Gen Sasaki looked way worse than Bian Norman Jr. If they looked on the same level, put a 2 in the chat. Champ's Eye voice. Put a 2 in the chat if they looked on the same level. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that Bian Norman Jr. looked levels better than Gen Sasaki. Levels better. Put a 2 in the chat if they looked around the same level. I'm talking in terms of footwork, punch placement. I think that Gen Sasaki's punch placement was better than Bian Norman Jr.'s. Right? That's what I believe. That's what I see. Hold on, let me hide that comment. Bian is a wild fighter. Yes, he is. Look at these dudes. Look at this, just straight back. Look. He caught him on the nose, on the tip of the nose. And then, they're both ass. Y'all gonna make me say it. I'm trying not to say that Bian Norman Jr. is ass, because that would likely diminish Devin's win if he wins, right? But I just have to keep it real. He looks ass in this fight. I will say this was a horrible performance by Bian Norman Jr., even though he knocked him out. Right? Look at this footwork that y'all. What was that for? Right? What was that for? Just straight back. Crossing his feet, walking around, tired as hell. This dude tired. He's tired. Look, just missing. Just missing. This dude is right in front of him. Right in front of him. Just crossing his feet. Just crossing. Just, a decent jab. Look. And then Jen catches him, and he throws his wild-ass right hook. And just missing with the left hook. Missing with the right hook again. Jen standing there in front of him. Just standing there. And look at his footwork when he throws these big shots. He brings his foot forward with the shot. Just out of position. but no one can exploit it. Jin Sasaki can't exploit when Bian Norman Jr. gets out of position and off balance because he's just not doing it. He's in, look at the position that Jin Sasaki's in. And Bian Norman Jr., his footwork is just, lifted his foot off the ground. You know what I'm saying? Feet crossing, plodding around. And we're supposed to believe that this footwork is going to rival Devin's. This is what we're being told. Jin is just standing there getting hit, getting teed off on. Look, why is he out of there yet? Why is Jin Sasaki still standing with this superior power that Bian Norman Jr. has? Where's the superior power? Why didn't he drop him? Look, another big right hand, nothing. Yeah, okay, he got him with a left hook, still standing. Why is he still standing? Yeah, he should be out of there by now. Why is Jin Sasaki still? It's the third round. Why is Jin Sasaki still standing? Jin was on that juice? Well, let me tell you something. Check this out. If you're going to say that Jin was on the juice, then can I say that Bian Norman Jr. was on the juice? Can I say the same thing? What evidence do you have? Where do you see that at? If you're going to say that Jin was on the juice, I can say Bian Norman Jr. was on the juice. Can we play that game? What's up, Mr. Mac? Salute to Snoopy Mac in the building. He said, YouTube wouldn't let me. Let me see. Is that a different channel you got? I can't wrench you up on this StreamYard, but see if I can find you in my I don't know what's going on there. Oh, there you go. Let me go ahead and wrench you up. But that's crazy. Mac. Boots would beat Devin like his daddy should have did a long time ago. Well, why are we talking about Boots? Boots ducked Devin. So there's that. Nobody said Boots was trash. No one said Lomo was trash. They're not trash. Why are we talking about that? Did somebody bring those guys up? Norman seems clean. Okay, then Jin seems clean. Jin Sasaki seems clean. There you go. Simple as that. But look, Jin Sasaki is there to be hit. Yet Bian Norman Jr. is yet to take him out. Yeah, he's going to knock him out in the 5th round. But this devastating world-ending power, this World War Hulk power, should have taken Jin Sasaki out by now. Yet it didn't. It's all good. No, don't trip. I was curious why that came up. Look. Look at this, man. Slow as hell. Slow ass head movement. He's telling him to hit him. He's telling Jin Sasaki to hit him. Like an idiot. Why is Jin still up? This devastating, beautiful power that he got. Head just leaning. Bringing his rear foot forward again. Like this is boxing 101. You don't do that. But it's Jin Sasaki. Jin Sasaki is his footwork is just as horrible. Look, just straight up missing. Just missing this dude right in front of him. Why? Come on, dog. Come on, miss me with the bullshit, y'all. They both slow as fuck. Look at this. This nigga just missing. Really? Come on, yeah, listen. But we're supposed to believe that he's just going to well off on Devin at will. If Devin does not win, we need to have a conversation with Devin. Based on what I'm seeing right now. They're both ass, exactly. But you can't say Bian Norman Jr. is a bum, you can't say he's trash. He's trash. He knocked out another trash fighter. I'm sorry. Based on what I'm a boxing enthusiast and a boxing connoisseur and a boxing participant, I can confidently say that Bian Norman Jr. is not a good boxer. He is not a boxing puncher. He's not a boxer puncher. He's a brawler that they put in there with guys that are going to stand there and get hit. And then when guys didn't stand there to get hit and barely used any footwork and barely used any movement, there wasn't shit he could do. And he got dropped by Boca Chica with a straight right hand. I don't see where this footwork is. First timer showing your page some love. Oh, salute to you, phone booth. Poppy. Salute to you. Salute to you, bro. If Devin don't get it done, we got to have a conversation. Because what I'm not seeing devastating power from Bian Norman. I'm not seeing devastating power. I'm seeing Gen Sasaki getting off. Every time he got knocked down, he was off balance. His center of gravity was not supported. And he was off balance. And Bian Norman Jr. was able to exploit it on accident. Bian Norman Jr. accidentally knocked this motherfucker out. Period. Yeah, Norman is listen, he better put him away. Yes, boxer puncher is a very high compliment. Bian Norman Jr. is not that. From what I see here, he's not. Look, Gen Sasaki, he throws big right hands and brings his foot forward and squares up. Stupid. You don't do that. You don't do this. Why is his foot over here now? Unless you're switching stances on purpose to throw a motherfucker off. This is not what they're doing, though. Yeah. I mean, did you see that? Look at this. Is Devin going to do that, y'all? Hold on. Is Devin going to do what Gen Sasaki just did? Round four. Look at that. What are these punches? What are these punches here? Gen Sasaki gets off with that left hook. And Bian Norman Jr. just throwing. Where's the accuracy? Look, just missing. Miss. Landed that body shot. Miss. Pushing his head down. Okay, he landed a good shot there. But where's the power that knocked him? Why didn't he get knocked out? Why didn't his head move a lot? Right? It moved a little bit, but where's his devastating power? Help me understand it. Not real boxing talk. Says, check this out. Okay. Sure, pal. Norman ain't even keeping his hands up. He's gassed out. Yes, he's gassed out. It's the third round. He was gassed out by the end of the first round. Now let's look at this knockout. And then I'm done. Yeah, look at this shit. Look at this. Look at his feet. He knocked himself down. You see that? But we're supposed to believe that Bian Norman Jr. Oh, yeah, it was such a great knockout. Oh, the knockout. Yeah, Bian Norman Jr. set that up perfectly. This motherfucker broke his own ankle. Gen Sasaki knocked himself down. Look at this idiocy. Look. We're supposed to believe in Bian Norman Jr. Look. Now, he landed a jab before that. I don't know if that landed, though. Yeah, it landed. But because his footwork is so ass, look where his foot, look where his rear foot went. It went over here. What are we doing? What are we doing, y'all? Wait, let me hide the comment. Yes, but what are we doing? Look where his foot went. Why is his foot over there? Come on now, man. Yeah, he'll sit there and hate watch. Why not? That's what these people do. Salute to Inside the Square Circle. Salute to you, bro. He says his head is always on the center line and is always completely still and flat before every punch he lunges. All of which is not elite boxing. Exactly Inside the Square Circle. I showed where Bian Norman Jr. is throwing big right hands and bringing his whole leg forward and behind Sasaki. When he throws big shots with his right hand, he's out of position. His center of gravity is not supported. And anybody with any real boxing IQ is going to see that. And every time he does that, they're going to land something and he's going to drop. The blueprint is right here in this fight. But just Sasaki's ass. So I guess that's why Bian Norman decided to be ass too. He decided to put on an ass performance because, well, just Sasaki was ass. Well, if Bian Norman Jr. was a real boxer puncher, he would have got Jin Sasaki out of there in the first or second round. But he's not. He's just simply not. Yes, Anthony Joshua is a boxer puncher. Absolutely. I would say Tank Davis is a boxer puncher. This dude is not. Salute to Inside the Square Circle for coming through, man. Salute to you. Best welterweight in the world fighting guys like this is crazy work. But look how Bian Norman is performing against this guy. Right? Now he's going to knock him out. But look what Jin is doing. What? But we're supposed to believe Devin is going. Is Devin going to do this? Any of this? Is Devin going to fight anything like Jin Sasaki? And now look at Brian's footwork. Rocking back on his heels for what? Rocking back on his heel. These are little things that you look at. These are things that you don't want to do in a boxing match, right? You don't have to turn your heel up to throw a good right hand, y'all. Not like that. If you don't throw a good right hand, you're going to push off with that rear foot. But you want to use the ground. He's not using the ground. He's just swinging, right? He's swinging, but he's not using his rear leg to push off the ground and really land a devastating rear shot. Yes. Did he get lucky and knock Jin Sasaki out? Absolutely. Absolutely. But foot positioning, footwork, where your feet are and how your legs are moving, there's a reason that you go through these drills and you work on footwork so that you're not crossing your feet. So that when you're throwing that rear shot, when you're throwing that big right hand, you're not bringing your rear leg forward. There's a reason they tell you, yeah, you squash the bug, but you don't be on your goddamn tippy toes. Jedi says, I see Dev pop him all night with jabs and making him pay. He's going to miss a lot from what I see. Now, they fought in May, right? They fought in June, right? So June, July, August, September, October, November. 6 months. Do you think that he can make such drastic improvements in 6 months? Or was Bian Norman Jr. just keeping it in the tuck? He said, no, I'm not going to use any real skill or any real footwork until I face a Devin Haney. Do you think that's what's going on? Because anybody telling you that Bian Norman Jr. has the skill that can outskill Devin or has better footwork or has even close to good footwork, they're lying to you. And you need to question whether they really should be talking boxing to you. And I'm not even a boxing channel, but there are boxing channels out there that will make you think that Bian Norman Jr. is a great boxing puncher and has devastating knockout power. When 9 times out of 10, his opponents are easy to knock out. They're easy to knock out. Just look at what's going on here. Look at crossing his feet. I mean, come on, can we be real? Look, crossing his feet. See, someone like Devin is going to turn with him, and then he's going to catch him with a shot as he's crossing his feet, and is going to knock him down. That's what should happen. That's what I would do, because I've been seeing this. Yeah, top-ranked matchmaking. Yeah, crosses his feet, exactly. This is what's going on. But we're supposed to believe that Bian Norman Jr. is just going to come out and just mollywop and handle and do all these things to Devin Haney. Letting his glove get caught up. See, if it was any other fighter, you hold his glove and then you got his glove down, release the glove immediately, and throw that left hook up top. But Jen just didn't do that. So that was round 4. All right, so now let's see the knockout. Let's see if Sasaki helped Bian Norman knock him out. Now look what he does when he throws a jab to the body. Look what Jen does. Just hand down, chin up. And what does his feet do? And look how he's sliding his feet. He slid his feet. His foot is going to be on the side of his foot is on the ground. Horrible. Horrible. Now watch this. Look, it's the same shit. Stab to the body. Foot just doing stupid shit. Dragging his foot like a goddamn zombie. Chin up, hand down. And there you go. There you go. There you go. But y'all think Devin's going to do this? Y'all think Devin's going to do that stupid shit? And that was a slow-ass hook, y'all. That was a slow-ass hook. It was just Jen. He was just there to be hit. Not to say, okay, you got him with a good one. You got him with a good one, but Jen Sasaki put himself in a position doing stupid shit. Because he's not good. Sliding his foot instead of picking his foot up, so that picking his foot up, keeping his feet under him, so that when he's get done throwing that jab to the body, he can get out of there. He's not bouncy. He's not springy. He's sliding his foot when he throws his jab to the body. And what does that do? Well, you got friction. Friction slows you down. So you're dragging your foot across the ground when you throw that jab to the body. Now you can't get out of the way because you just created all this friction on the ground, dragging your foot. And when you land that jab to the body, you're not able to get out of the way because your foot has been, your foot is caught up. Y'all don't think I know what I'm talking about? He's dragging his foot across the ground. He's not in a position to get it out of the way. And his hands are down, his chin is up. Just dragging his foot. Why is your foot so far behind you? And where is the center of gravity when he gets done throwing that jab? Look at the center of gravity. These things are important. He's squared up. Devin is not going to do this. He's squared up. His legs are he's straddling, right? And that counter was slow as hell. Jen is just stupid. He doesn't have the reflexes. He doesn't have the defense. He doesn't have the footwork. He doesn't have the upper body movement. Sliding his foot, making it difficult for him to have his feet do what he needs his feet to do to get out of the way of a big shot like that. Iron Trill Will says he leaned into that punch with no defense or foot placement at all. Exactly. He was there to get exactly. Yes. It's simple. PGA Bishop says Haney handpicked his way to the top. he was scared of Shakur. Of Tank, his daddy forced him to take the Garcia fight. You're not being honest because those are lies. You just told lies talking about you being honest. Inside Square Circle says, Jin also had no jab at all to set up any type of offense at all. And his defense is ass. His footwork is ass. His positioning is ass after he throws shots. He was there to get knocked out. It's simple. Like, this is not hard. Who called you names? What name did I call you? Oh, you lied. So if you lied, yeah. When did Devin run? When was Devin scared? When was Devin scared of Shakur? Hold on, y'all. I got a phone call coming in. Hold on. My sister calling. Hold on. So when he's not scared of Shakur, scared of Tank, those are lies. So yeah, I'm gonna call you a liar. Jin was in the invisible chair after the stab. Yes, J-Man, like he was every fight. I mean, every damn near every round, every shot he threw, his center of gravity was over air. His center of gravity, he was out of position. Yeah, yeah. His chin's up, hand down, no defense. Bian Norman Jr., that was not a devastating blow. Jin Sasaki just put himself in a fucked up position. It is what it is. Not to take away from Bian Norman Jr. actually landing the shot. Bian Norman Jr. landed the shot. Congratulations. There. Y'all will see Haney lose. Says, if Devin Haney loses to this trash, I'm just calling for what it is. What I seen in this fight was garbage from Bian Norman Jr. No skill, no footwork, not really even any power. Not any real power. You know why? Because he's out of position. He puts himself out of position when he throws these shots. It is what it is. That's just the reality. He was ass in this fight. But so was Jin Sasaki. Jin Sasaki just doesn't. Bian Norman Jr.'s chin is a little better than Jin Sasaki's because Bian Norman Jr. was getting hit on quite a bit. Jin Sasaki's punch placement was better than Bian Norman Jr.'s. I showed y'all that. It is what it is, y'all. Inside the Square Circle says, calling you a liar ain't a name calling, PGA. You lying. Yeah, you lying. None of that happened. None of those things are facts. Mr. Magnificent says facts. Salute to you, bro. There is no power. He landed a lucky shot against a guy whose feet, who's out of position, whose center of gravity was over the Grand Canyon, damn near. He might as well. And then he stands up, like squared up. This is your chin in the air, your hands down. This is, you learn this the first day. The first day you box. This is boxing 101, man. They're going to work on your stance, and they're going to make sure that when you move, your movement, when you step left, step right, step forward, step back, they're going to make sure you're in a proper stance, that your feet are in the right position, so that your center of gravity is being supported, either on the rear leg or the front leg, or on both legs, right? But your ass is going to be between your feet, not behind your feet. Because if I'm like this, I'm already, look, all you got to do is tap my ass. You can't see my legs, but my legs are squared up. And instead of having my ass, my center of gravity between both legs, which are rooted and planted in the ground, and I'm able to move, right? Like this. Get out of the way. If I stab to the body, I can move. Instead of doing that, I throw a shot and I'm here. My ass, my center of gravity is behind my feet. So if I get hit with a lunging with a gazelle hook, and I'm here, my center of gravity is over nothing, not supported. Yes, I can get knocked the fuck out. Simple. Jonathan Simon, salute to you, bro. He says, freedom, salute, and blessings, my brother. Hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button. I can't tell if you wait. How many likes I got? 52 likes. Salute to y'all. Thank you. This is just what it is. Devin should watch this motherfucker. Period. Devin should just. Yes, you learned that in martial arts. I am sure will. Yes. Like, even if you're doing a horse stance, right? You know what horse stance is. You're standing here, you're squared up, but your feet, your ass, or your center of gravity is between your feet, where your legs can probably support you, and you're doing these types of things, and your center of gravity is still going to be where it needs to be, not behind your fucking feet. This is just what it is, right? Your center of gravity is where, though? Behind his goddamn feet. And it looked like he's rocking on his heels. He threw that jab. He threw that jab to the body. His feet are not where they need to be. His foot is rocking back on his heel because his center of gravity is back where it's not supposed to be. So if Bian Norman Jr. lands that shot, yes, you're going to get knocked the fuck out, or you're going to get knocked the fuck down. It is what it is, y'all. But yep, that's what I got. But this is the man, this guy, we're supposed to believe that he's going to put Devin away. If he puts Devin away, it's still going to be Dream Team. You're still going to see me over here. I'm going to be here. Can Bian Norman Jr. improve or have improved during his training camp for Devin? Sure, there's going to be some improvement. But after 28 fights, if you're still doing this type of shit, bringing your foot too close together. See that? Even there, he throws that shot. He brings his feet close together. These are things that you just don't do that. Right? I mean, I showed you guys many occasions where Bian Norman Jr. footwork is just not what it should be. Right? Many instances. Walking straight back. Throwing hooks to the elbow. Why? Slow ass hooks. It's slow. I mean, look at his feet, man. I'm nitpicking because he should, at 28 fights, 28 fights. And then against somebody like Gen Sasaki, hold on. Against somebody like Gen Sasaki, it should not be like that. I mean, it's just not good. But we're supposed to believe that he's going to put Devin away so easily. Right? Just walking straight back. One flash of good footwork. And that was it. Just missing. It's just not good. Crossing his feet. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's really all I got for now. I did want to show one thing before I got out of here. Maybe it's right here. Damn it. Now, this is what So this is Bian Norman Jr. showing off his footwork. Look at it. Hold on. Why? When is he going to do that in a fight? When has he done that? It doesn't even look comfortable and natural for him. Right? It does not look at him. He almost tripped. Look. He almost tripped. Trying to show us his excellent footwork. But it's slow. It's slow. Right? It's not natural. Dude about to trip right here. See that? See how his foot twisted up? Why? And what was that little move? Now he's running forward. Like, this is not. There are people that think this is good footwork. It's not. Yeah, but Bian Norman is coming forward every fight. Devin is boring. Okay, now he's just boring. Okay. Why does he need to get in the pocket with Bian Norman Jr.? He can piece Bian Norman Jr. up at range. Why does he need to do that? Okay. This guy says Norman is going to get schooled in a snooze fight. Okay, believe that. But look at this footwork. Yeah, he looked like a robot. Not fluid at all. It's not natural. I mean, this is not natural, y'all. This is not good. Why is he doing this? When is he going to do this in the fight? Look, he almost tripped. What was that? And then he's running for, like, when you shadow box with footwork, you're not just doing this. Now let's look at him throw punches while he's doing it. When is he done? When did he do this to Jen? No. And when he's throwing his shots, he's not putting any power behind it because he's trying to move and punch at the same time. But his hip is not, he's not turning his hip with his rear punches. Right? He's just arm punching. Right? It's not, this is supposed to be good. Look. His feet are slow. Like, this is not good footwork, y'all. But we're supposed to believe that because this is what he posted. Now look at Devin's feet when he's throwing shots. He's turning his hip. Right? There's no wasted movement. Right? He doesn't have to sit up there. Now look at this. Y'all think this is good because he's throwing his hands faster. I heard somebody say that. Oh, he looked faster than Devin. Yeah, Devin is not choosing to throw his punches fast. He's just leisurely shadow boxing. He's just, right? Just kind of, moving his feet, right? Just, and Bian Norman's like this. Okay, he's throwing his hands faster, but what was that? That little skip, leg skip. For what? You're not going to do that against Devin. You're not going to switch your feet against Devin. Devin is just, leisurely throwing some combinations. But look at his feet. Always in position, shifting, shuffling, right? Look at this. There's no flow to it. What was that switch for? Y'all, I'm not trying to clown or nitpick. It's just what I see. Y'all wanted Devin to go out there right here and just what? How did they want him to do that? No, he's just showing you a little something. I guess. I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I'm just showing y'all the reality. No, he can't punch and move. That's exactly what he can't do. He can't. Inside Square Circle says Norman isn't even simulating a real punch. No, he's not. He's just moving his hands fast. Exactly. Yes. Yes, inside the square circle. That's exactly what he's doing. What? I mean, I don't know what y'all want. I showed you everything that I talked about. Oh, here's another one. Oh, let me show y'all this. One more. Right? Now look at this. What was that? Okay, let's do that. Come on. Look at this. Why? When is he doing this? That I mean, that doesn't even look natural to him for him. What? What is this? Do y'all think this is good footwork? What was that run forward? Why did he, what was that? You on the football field, bro? No. This is not good footwork. What? Y'all see people, there are people actually think this is spectacular looking. The angry casual fan, no. I would say that Wilder has better footwork than Bian Norman Jr. People think this is good. And look, he's tired now. He didn't wore himself out. He wore himself out. Feet all close together, shifting, switching feet for no reason. Right? Like, it doesn't even look natural. It doesn't look like something that he has spent his entire life training for. And then he's going to run forward over here. Why? We're supposed to believe. Look, this dude has better footwork. Who is this guy? Elijah Pierce. Now that's decent footwork. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, y'all. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Wilder can fight on the back foot, says Judge. Yes. Anyway, I got to get out of here. Inside Square Circle says, boy was about to pass out. Yeah, he was tired. It's not something he just used to. Mickey says, Haney don't have to worry about his feet. Devin pillow hands. Okay, sure. How would Devin's pillow hand get him knocked out? How is Devin Haney getting knocked out because he has pillow hands? No idea what you're talking about. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for coming through. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you y'all for checking me out. I was not expecting to go this long, but it was fun breaking this down. I love to do it. Queen Sister Shower wasn't here, but, hopefully she goes and watch the replay. Salute to her anyway. Anyway, y'all stay up. I'm looking forward to this fight tonight. I think the first fight is about to begin soon. There are people out there that are going to be covering the fight. I got things to do, but I will be back later to check out my brother Chapside and BFTB because they're going to be covering it. And I'm going to be watching the fight as well. So thank you guys for showing up. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. And let's keep marching forward toward freedom and truth. Peace.